I'm so thankful. You guys, the cross was meant when I came to 2010, broken, unhealed, generational things to break. I mean, just the opposite of who I am today. It was meant to set you free. You come as you are, you guys, just like I did. No direction, just lost my mom, going down the same generational things. And that's when the moment God said in my spirit, it's time. And led me back home. And I fully surrendered because I was baptized twice, guys, 15 and 18. But when I was 26 and I lost my mom, that's when I fully surrendered to my journey and my healing and finding a relationship with the Lord through all this pain and everything, all my trials. And it's so crazy, you guys, because all I did is love, like the right way. And little did I know that was going to be a huge weapon. Like God, all He asked for is our hearts. And I was casted out, and we're going to talk a lot more. But all along my journey, right? I was born to stand out. I was never born to blend in, honey. And that's where along the journey where I learned to love myself. And then come across certain people and nasty people like the narc and all this stuff like that. And it taught me who I really was and how much I even love myself more, right? They were the nasty ones. They were projecting. They didn't love themselves. And it's taught me, it's like crazy. And I was like, because I am a light, I am a mirror to people of what they are not. You get what I'm saying? And so I had to learn all this stuff and how beautiful I was. And then the higher that I get, and the higher version of who God's called me to be, it's like you look at these people and it's like, and you just get to this point where you know who you are. It's like, I'm so sorry. And then you pray for those people because you get to see what people project on you is because that's what they're dealing with in their life, with themselves. You know what I mean? And anyways, I'm just so happy. I'm thankful. You guys don't understand what the devil meant for evil, God meant for good. And He turned that around. Like, I cannot tell you how thankful I am to God. I am so thankful for the trials, the tribulations, because the journey He took me down made me know who I fucking am in the kingdom and how much I am loved. I have never felt so loved by God. And I want to reiterate, religious people, we're going to talk about that too. Religious people hurt you. Like I said, the devil, it was kicked out. Remember, Lucifer was one of his main angels, and he was kicked out because he was felt entitled and wanted God's position. So he created hell. So he created religious people, all this sin and all this stuff like that, that make people, that use people to portray to be God, but they're nothing like God. Their hearts are wicked. And so that's where a lot of people I talk to along my journey, religious people hurt people and then make people turn away from God when that's not the truth. I'm a perfect example. And I've been through so much pain. I should be mad or angry at God, and it did the opposite. I'm so loved by God. But people, like I said, in this world hurt you, not God. People. They make choices. And religious people too, they put a mask on portraying to know God, and they don't know nothing. And God goes, just like the narcs, God goes, I don't know who you are. I don't know you. You don't have a relationship with me. You don't serve me every day. You're ashamed of me. You don't proclaim my name. This is another thing I went through with the narc. When I was like serving God, he was like mocking me. He joined in on the mocking and stuff like that. Why? Because I love fucking God. I love Jesus, and I proclaim Him for every single minute of my life. I'm not ashamed of Him. It says, be ashamed of me, and I'll be ashamed in front of you, in front of my Father. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that don't know God, but He's so big and powerful. People want to put their name on them, His name on them. And God's like, I don't know you. And He'll tell me a joke. It's like, sweetie, I don't know them. You know what I mean? They don't know. They want to use my name, but I don't know them. God knows me. He knows every minute. I'm telling you, I feel the Holy Spirit rushing through me right now. He knows me even when I was down, even when I was, you know what I mean? when I was going through all that, put down, mocked. But this they don't understand. That's the devil. Like, Jesus was mocked. He was crucified. Remember the saying, they crucify me, they crucify you. You know what I mean? They mock me, I'm going to mock you. I'm so excited for everything, you guys. Like, because I become this major metamorphosis. And that's what I shared the butterfly effect so fast, because that was my story. I was a dark cocoon that broke layers and layers and generational things and trauma off of my bloodline. I was meant to break this bloodline. I broke a powerful curse. All because I followed God and his intuition. And when God said, move yourself, I did. I listened to it even when it was hard. And I'm proud of myself. And I'm walking in a beautiful energy. And I love myself. I never loved myself more than I ever did, you guys, in my life. And I'm so proud. It was me and God. And God only wanted to get the glory out of my life. And he does. And I proclaim everywhere I go. You should see everywhere I go, in a store, every single minute, every person that's probably come across me, I mention God or Jesus, because that's how much I love him. I can't tell people enough about him. And this is where I teach about counterfeits, like this situation. Trying to go out here, portray to know God, and they're doing all this shit behind the scenes, and they don't know God. God don't know them. They're wolves in sheep clothing. It's just crazy, though. I see it and I look back. I'm just like, wow. As I say, trust the process. Trust God. And I share this right now because this time, if you are not in a connection, God, it is time. This is what we call a first wave. I'm just a vessel that confirms what God's doing. And there's waves and waves coming for those that don't know him and those that do know him. And I don't joke about this. God is doing something mighty, and he is cutting down deep. I am a real one for God. That's why I share my story, and I share my pain. I love sharing my pain. I love sharing my testimony and how God turned that around in my life. That's powerful. That's a testimony, guys. That's a testimony. That's a testimony. And that you should be out here bragging about. And I am. I'm proclaiming the gospel since the day I came to that cross. For good and bad. When I was going through this dark, I stood by God. Crying out to him through everything. Telling him, thank you. I fucking love you, Jesus. And he knows that. He knows his real ones. He knows the pain they've been through. He knows how much he loves you. And when I was going through pain, I still went out in the world and loved people like God did. Remember, he was crucified and he chose to give up his life for us, you guys. He chose, while these Pharisee spirit, which I went through, crucified him. And that made me cry when I have my moments. I have a lot of sessions, you know what I mean? And I sit there and I cry and I say, I'm sorry, God, that happened to you. I love you. And my actions, through all of my pain, through all of the transformation he's done in my life, the change shows I love him back. Because that's what love is. When you love somebody, your actions show it. And God gave me grace. He picked me up. When I didn't feel like I deserved his love, he picked me up and showed me his love. And kept putting me back to one piece at a time. Until I'm fully walking into his love and know his love. I'm so loved by God. And I want to show him I love him back by proclaiming his name.